Let's start checking things in. So recipients is there, mission report templates there. We've got our config, I believe, set up. Did we change anything? I don't think so. I think everything is fine. The only difference is we're going to need to add the table to the test database. So let's go snag that SQL. Alright, test database. Let's go add you. Get a rank by hacking, not that you'd be able to do that. Well, what you could do, Karakan, is you could go edit the mission data files locally, so that you could win, because the data files are on disk there, so you can go edit those, and it's on purpose. Basically, if you had the documentation for the mission system, you'd be able to make as many missions as you wanted. As long as, you wouldn't be able to make new sub-levels and everything else, but you'd be able to change all the rank conditions and everything. And add multiple stages, like you could make a mission that had any combination of stages we have. Let me just rerun this generation script. I want to make sure that I have the correct index stuff. You do think you understand most of the ranking conditions and matches? Yeah. Oh, very good. Yeah, most of it's pretty much the same and everything. The problem is when I was going through, I only had so much time to make literally every single mission, so that any of them work is kind of a miracle in some respects. So having a few of them, like I totally expected a mission to just be completely broken. So when, what was it, we had the crash on the pit or whatever, it was like, yeah, okay, that's gonna happen. And then I expect more than a few of the rankings are screwed. All right. All right, so I need to go to operations, scripts, telemetry, create user reports. We're going to do create mission reports. So let's go ahead and add that guy. So mission reports needs to test telemetry db mission root test 24 hours startup.json config map. All right, so it needs to be not the user report tool, but the mission report tool. This would be mission report operation script. All right, cool. Those spots and 3v3 kept you busy? Yeah. Making custom missions, yes. Basically, if you look at your install directory, so mine is in my user data, so let me just navigate there. So in your install directory, you'll see Dashkin and then app, and then inside of there is Dashkin and then missions. So the folder path is kind of like that. And every one of these missions is a mission file that gets loaded in. So, we can go to the first training mission, which is just MS Training 1. And if we open it up, it's it's a single line, but you can just go format this, using any format tool. And then it makes more sense. It's got like the name, lock name, descriptions, all the thumbnails, like which category it's supposed to go in, and everything where, like the game mode options are in here as well. And this is minified a bit, so it's not showing you everything that's possible to do, because there's no data in a lot of those columns, so they don't show up. But you can override the enemy team specifically with game mode options. You can override the friendly team. You can override both. So you can say, like, everybody gets 2 air jumps, but the player gets 3 air jumps. So you can do stuff like that. Change the ball type. You can change the entity type to Fat Sack if you really wanted, and you could fly around as that completely broken ass Fat Sack. But the big things are for each stage, because kind of how it's organized is we have a list of stages. So this has one stage, and most of the stages have the win and loss conditions, and most of the missions overall have the like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond. So you can kind of look at this, but there are no docs right now on how all that works. I need to write that if I want people to tool around with missions. And I need to go into this, and I need to build I need to update the Maelstrom telemetry stuff, and I need to make the new telemetry stuff for our project. So their ETL, I believe, just needs to have an updated jar file. Operations, tools, yeah. So there's no change. The only things I change for them is the configs, and if I update the configs, it'll use. So the configs are syncing right now. How do you make it appear in proper format? Just use a tool like Go Online. I posted the link to kind of one which works real well if you want. I usually just pop something in there. That's not a secure formatter thing, but I like how it formats everything and gives feedback, so I use it for validation on things that don't have sensitive data in it, and it works real well. 'Cause it's got pretty colors and shit. So let's update that. And let's go to the operations Jenkins box. We need create user report. We need create mission report. This is supposed to call create mission report. So we'll wait for that to finish building locally there. Yeah, hopefully I'll have time to go back and actually change, all the things there. I mean, change stuff on the wiki to actually explain it. And it's also something where it technically would be possible for people to write content for the game and submit it and us to dynamically load it in, kind of like, an actual constructed level. It could work, but that would be that'd be a lot of setup on our part, so I don't know. At that point, just ship the damn editor. And if you ship the editor, you're basically open sourcing your game. So I don't know if we're gonna do that. It's a little bit too friendly. Alright, Java Tools is uploaded. Let's sync our operational tools. Alright, I need to blow away the databases for telemetry for these guys. So let's refresh these. So user sessions, game sessions. We're going to drop all 3 tables. Goodbye, telemetry data for Maelstrom. You will be missed. And I need to go actually recreate it. Just told it to kill all of itself. And the database is not happy about that. I mean, you would expect. I mean, is just the local workbench fucked up? Maybe that's what's happened here. Yeah, it looks like the SQL workbench is blown to pieces. Yeah, well, you'll probably just break it, but I don't know what'll happen with bad data, but probably bad things. What is going on with this database? CPU utilization, the connection count. This database is just, it's crashing my client. Yeah, as soon as it opens the tables, it just goes into, just crashes my SQL client, which sucks. Alright. Let's see what tables that we actually have. Lost connection to MySQL during server query. I don't understand. I'm trying to drop tables. This should be a really fast operation. It should just be boom and then done. Alright, so it's edit preferences. Let's see. Query editor. It's SQL editor. Progress status indicator, max query length, max field. Connection read timeout, max time the query can take to return. Alright, well, I'll be right back. So I guess that thing's just gonna take a while to actually drop a table. It might also be that it's locked up because of some hourly ETL stuff that's running. Well, while that's trying to do what it's supposed to, I can get our own telemetry working. So let's get the build tools synced out there. Alright, so sync build tools worked. So create a mission report. So looks like our code is working. Its code is out there. Executing all the events. This database sucks. Like, what is this crap? I can't drop fucking tables on a database? Like, that's not okay. Like, you should be able to drop the tables on a database. Like, that's kind of, it's supposed to be a free, cheap operation. What is going on here? Three one has friendly fire. Yeah, it does. So what, the bots hit each other and make each other really angry, and that's why they're doing it? Alright, when I try to drop a table, MySQL hangs. I don't have any other sessions open, waiting for tables, select blah. If this is your table, see this link. You have an implicit deadlock. Kill the other transactions to release the drop, or kill the drop to release the other transactions. You can use kill, thread, blah. Restarting SQL might be the prettiest solution, but worked for me. Alright, so why don't we reboot the database. Alright, so I should check my email. User report for blah 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 in test and in prod. Oh, that is fucking cool. So now I'm going to be emailed every single time. Well, not every single time a mission is played, but every day with all of the activity that's going on with the different missions, which is really cool. That's going to be nice. So basically, if you set the loss condition to something 5 or higher, that might make it possible to get a chance. Which one is 3-1? Yeah, it looks like I deadlocked the database earlier. Whoops. Alright. Sorry, database. I didn't mean to. I actually did. I meant to blow it up. I just didn't think I was going to blow it up that badly. Alright, so 3-1 on which one? Is it team 3-1 or is it the mob there? Yeah. So you're probably looking for the loss condition for that. Let me just pull up my file. Yeah, so right now for the results, it's got time, and basically, if you want to make it easier, it's this loss condition right here with right score greater than or equal to 2. So this is going to be the loss condition on line 47. So if you want to allow more goals, that's where you change it. If you want to have less bots, the right bots value to a lower number will do it. So something like that, probably what you're looking for. All right. All right, cool. So it looks like all the telemetry stuff is done. So let me just go mark all that as finished. Where are you? Where are they? Where the fuck did he put the damn... There's the card. Request CSV. Where's that checklist? Awesome. So we got that checked off. We've got this guy set up. Okay, so the next thing I have to do is I need to update the privacy policy. Thanks, Europe, you bunch of bastards. I gotta update the privacy policy on my website and everything else to be in compliance with international law. Alright, policy last updated 5/22. Brackenwood Games privacy policies applies to use of online Dashkin and any other websites or applications. By agreeing to this, we may provide a variety of information about yourself. You may provide, such as when you access, we automatically record and store certain information about you by using cookies and other types of technologies. When you use any Brackenwood Games services, such as online.ashkagame.com, we store information such as your IP address for auditing and fraud protection. Alright, such as which approve, when you access these, you are authorizing to collect, store, and use such in accordance with the privacy policy, and also obtain information regarding the use of said services. Brackenwood Game uses information to operate, maintain, enhance, provide, create, and develop all features, functionality, and services found on the Brackenwood Game services. Use your email address to communicate with you, to notify you. We use your IP address to track down fraudulent activity, to audit fraud. Brackenwood Games may periodically send promotional if you want to stop receiving these. Yeah, Brackenwood Games does not share information with third parties. That is true. If you'd like to close your account, delete your profile information. If you close your account, we may retain other information about you described as permitted. Once closed, your account will be permanently deleted in 30 days. Change the updates. California privacy rights. Yeah, whatever. Contact me if you have any issues. Cool, so let's change the year. Thanks, Europe. Let's add data collection in here. Refer to the Brackenwood Games privacy policy for details. By using our products, you agree to our data collection policies. We collect data on your use of our products, including your IP address, we use this information to provide the best possible service and to prevent fraud. Refer to the policy for details. And there's another end user license agreement in the installer. So let's go to the license for the installer. Yay, isn't this fun? Let's see, EULA, this was last updated 5/22/2018. Totally doable. First try did the trick. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Is definitely want it to be doable. That was one of the things that Adam made. Like, I don't know. It was pretty funny when he was going through doing some designs. He was just making shit basically impossible to win. Like, it's like, let him win. Let him win with a shitty rank. No. It's like, damn, dude. Alright, so we are now closer to compliance with Europe. I'll push out an update at some point. I don't need to do that now. So next question, the next thing I've got is what the hell is update 8 gonna be? So let me take a look at what I've got on the schedule. So, update 8. What we've got for update 8 is we've got missions 2 and caverns 2. So, different things to work on. So, we need to create the categories. We've got, I'll build this guy and boot up the editor. So what things do we want to work on? Probably tuning of AI. So we want to create a medium tier bot AI sort of thing. Some wall jumping improvements. Add more warnings for mission issues. We need the, what was it? The ball reset and UMG. It's like I need to actually make a big list of things. What's what I got written down on my notes? Let's see. Mission selection screen doesn't show your best rank. Loading into stage should fade out music. Player nameplate needs to be removed. Player nameplate needs to be removed from the game when in missions. If a stage has no rank, do not show it in the post-mission screen tier list. Let's see, we want documentation on the wiki about how to create missions. Let's see, we've also got WebKit UI scaling is wrong, slightly too wide. Three even is, yeah. It's really the goal size for that one. Like, the idea was basically that the mob mission was supposed to be just kind of a crapshoot. Anyway, it was like, all right, let's just throw a whole bunch of people in the pit, and it's supposed to be a quick mission. Basically, you're supposed to, the chances of them scoring are pretty low, and it's really just, okay, if you're getting punched all hell, just score within a certain time limit, and if something randomly fails, then you lose. But it's not there's not like a super amazing strategy for it or anything. So what else we got on the list? Oh yeah, let's see. Abilities. Have we got anything on the forums that I should be paying attention to? No, not really. Let's see. Karakan's gigantic wall of text. With a bit of assisted hacking, is this possible? Let's see. Your giant wall of text has got. They'll tell me the ball isn't heavier. Yeah, the ball is probably heavier because of the frame rate differences, and probably because of the differences with latency. Especially if you're playing on a high lag server, the ball might appear to be floatier than it actually is because of just network latency. So let's look at. I just want the mission categories up. Let's see. Other than that, playing against the mob, mashing buttons, 2 fluke goals, whatever. It's way too difficult. Yeah, I think it's that the ball's probably bigger and not. Yeah, I don't know. It might. I'm trying to think. It might be a different thing. The pit is too small. Defense. Yeah, just the bug with the mission screen. Alright, I don't see anything else reported. I think you're probably right, but I'm not. I don't think we've changed too much. Though you never know. Um, I should actually take a look at the ball. Like, let me see. We have our Brackensack ball, right? Let me see what we've got with that. So we've got this actual object on it, right? Which is this. It's a flipbook. No, we've got a static mesh, right? Yeah, so it is just using this flipbook for the ball. It's not using a 3D ball, is it? Alright. It has a specific mass, so I was looking if we're using simulate physics. What do we actually call simulate physics? On the static mesh. Alright. So the question would be, some of these have a like a density value. Mass of the body, by default we compute this based on physical material and mass scale. CB override mass to set this directly. Okay, so I guess this is the Boolean checkbox there, and you have to actually check it to do the thing. I was just saying, because if it might be that, like, maybe Adam's been resizing the art asset or something like that, and then as a result, it's changing the damned weight of the thing. Should be a real bitch. Alright. This would be like, oh, oops. Alright, so different types of missions. We've got ball control, so control 1 through 3. We've got movement 1 through 3. And we've got scoring 1 through 3. So overall, that's going to be 90 missions that need to be made for those things. Well, making it bigger would make it heavier if the art asset changed, but it doesn't look like that's an issue. Yeah, he did make it bigger in terms of size, and we just changed the scale of the ball, not like the root of it, and it also, yeah. Add more warnings. Alright, so I think it's, for update 8, it's looking like 90 missions, the CPU assist ability, and then we'll fix the all the small things. What else is on the backlog, basically? So we need to make all the abilities, then we need to start making story missions. The other thing is I could do the actual abilities design. So it was more missions, it was abilities, or some other things. Yeah. So you do the design for the new abilities and implement new abilities. Do we have the animations for swimming? Doesn't look like they're here. It's like they're kind of here. They're all busted to hell though. A lot of empty sprites there. So those are all trashed up. Alright, so what else is on there? I guess it's going to be the single player design as well. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. So it's pretty much going to be make all the missions. There is a bit of a problem in that we kind of need new abilities for us to. Otherwise, like these missions might be. It's not a problem though. If we make new abilities, we just don't worry about it. You know, if we have 90 missions, so we have, you know, a whole rounded out 200 missions. That's single player content. If we make new abilities and none of these missions have it, it's like, alright, cool, let's just. Who cares? We'll make more missions later if people want them. So, that's not an issue. Cool. The mob on Meadowcrest is way more balanced. Yeah, definitely. Stuff like that. So that'd be another thing I could do is go through and tune the missions, but I'd like Adam to do that.